This is MSN, the Mountaineer Sports Network.
We split a pair of non-conference games this week, including a huge win over 8th-rated Purdue. The stat sheets don't always tell the tale of a true champion. For Coach Bob Huggins, senior Cam Thoroughman has become the unsung hero of this scrappy team. His legacy, simple. He gave everything he had. Hey, so much to talk about this week. You sit right there. The Jam's coming at you. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome into Mountaineer Jammin'. I'm Tony Caridi. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly visit inside the world of West Virginia University basketball. Well, it certainly was an interesting week, to say the least. The Mountaineers knocking off their second-ranked team in 11 days, cracking into the top 25, and then falling short against in-state rival Marshall. Coming up on the program, we'll look back at the Capital Classic. We'll also bring you our top 5 players of the week and show you a record-setting performance by the WVU women's team. But we begin with last Sunday's Big East Big Ten showdown here in Morgantown. Now, a year ago, the 8th-rated Boilermakers of Purdue handed West Virginia its first loss of the season in West Lafayette. As Bill Nevin reports, the Mountaineers got their chance to avenge that defeat inside the Coliseum, and they did it.
Over 14,000 jammed the Coliseum last Saturday as the Mountaineers went up against the 8th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers. The visitors grabbed an early lead, but a Kevin Jones 3 and a Dennis Kolichla skyhook brought WVU even. Purdue again led by 5, but that wouldn't last long.
Kolichla right block, squares up, jump hook shot, good. Dennis Kolichla. KJ bounces the ball to Kolichla, left block, turnaround, hook shot, good. How do you like Kolichla?
Well, they're going to him. I like him a lot.
Truck wheels the ball around, back top circle to Missoula. He spins, takes in the lane, left-hand layup, shot up, good, Missoula. Truck starts to drive, baseline, floater off glass, no. Rebound, Kevin Jones, he gets raked, no call. Truck puts it back up, good, and a foul.
WVU's 3-point lead at the 7:30 mark would be its largest of the half as Purdue's Juwan Johnson put the Boilermakers back on top. However, West Virginia battled back.
Truck, right corner, Casey Mitchell driving baseline, gets the ball in the lane to KJ, shot up and in! We've got 7, we've got 6, he takes in the lane, pulls up with a 14-footer, good!
I thought we played really, really hard. I thought we played hard. I thought we really defended them in the first half. We just turned it over too much, turned it over 13 times. We just tried to make plays, wasn't there. And you know, we tried to get them settled down where we could run some offense in the second half and be more efficient at the offensive end of the floor, and at the same time continue the same kind of intensity and rebound the ball as effectively as what we did in the first half.
The second half started out well for the Mountaineers.
Truck looks to get the ball in, does to Casey Mitchell, easy shot, good, and a foul! Kolichla backs in, jump hook shot off the back iron, no. Rebound tip, rebound Flowers, rebound puts it up, and in for Flowers!
An 8-0 Purdue run moved the advantage back to the visitors, but WVU kept it close.
Now he'll penetrate to the basket, all the way to the basket, layup, good for Missoula. Rebound Juwan Johnson, but he lost the ball. Rebound stolen by Flowers. Flowers shoots a layup and scores. We're tied at 38.
Purdue made a bid for a breakout when E'Twaun Moore hit a pair of threes around the 14-minute mark. But the Boilermakers couldn't push the advantage, and WVU slowly and surely reduced the deficit and grabbed the lead.
Now ball taken, Kevin Jones, 17-footer, good! He needed that. Top circle to Cam Thoroughman. Penetrates, he gets the ball, right corner, Flowers forces up a long one and hits for 3! They get it to KJ, a wide open 3 for the lead, yes! Sends it over to Casey Mitchell, driving the baseline. Casey, 15-footer, good, and a foul on the baseline! Joe throwback, forward to Flowers for a 3, it's good! John Flowers!
West Virginia led by 6 with 3:30 left. Purdue wasn't backing down, and a minute later the margin was just 2. The Mountaineers needed big plays and got them.
Flowers penetrates, 14-footer in the air on the rim, good! They get it to Kolichla, he's double teamed, gets the ball to Missoula, he drives in the lane, puts up an underhand floater, it is good with 2 on the shot clock.
Purdue had a couple of chances in the end, but it couldn't capitalize. West Virginia sealed the deal on the top 10 upset.
Thank you, Bill. Time now for the Big East Report. For the second time this season, Connecticut's Kemba Walker has been named the Big East Conference Player of the Week. The junior has led UConn in scoring every game this season. He's averaging 26 a game. That's currently second in the nation. DePaul's Cleveland Melvin takes home the Rookie of the Week honor. Third time this season he's won the award. In 2 games, he averaged 23 points and 10 rebounds. Against UConn, he registered his first career double-double. On the weekend schedule, UConn has a date with an SEC foe.
My name is Oliver Luck, and I'm extremely proud to be back at West Virginia University as Director of Intercollegiate Athletics. As a member of the Mountaineer Athletic Club, your passion and generosity were important factors in my success as a WVU student athlete, and I would not be the Director of Athletics here today without that support. Thank you for your kindness then, and please continue to support WVU student athletes by joining the Mountaineer Athletic Club today. I am Oliver Luck, and I'm proud to be a Mountaineer.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Jammin', everybody. I'm Tony Cariddi. If you think statistics are the only way to measure a player's value, then think again. WVU senior Cam Thoroughman doesn't post big digits, but his production often determines whether the Mountaineers win or lose.
Fifth-year senior Cam Thoroughman has had quite the journey playing basketball at West Virginia University. Originally recruited by John Beilein, Cam had a knee injury in high school that did not allow him to play his senior season. After redshirting as a freshman, Thoroughman hurt the knee again, something that changed his game forever.
When I came here, I wasn't necessarily in the best shape of my career, so I redshirted. And then once I injured my knee for the second time, it was a pretty significant injury. I had a lot of rehab and a lot of time out, a lot of time where I just had to be an immobilizer and rest. And when you're in one of those, you really can't do much as far as rehab or work on anything about your game. So I had a lot of time away from basketball. I'm not necessarily doing the shooting and I'm not necessarily dribbling the ball, but I'm getting it from one guy to another. I'm understanding the offense and understanding what guys can shoot and where they can shoot from and what they can do well, and I try to get them in those places.
Cam became what the old schoolers would call an enforcer. Physicality is a big part of his game now. Just ask opponents who try to fight through one of his screens.
I do know that Casey really does like it when I set screens for him because he always gets open, so he always tells me that, so it's nice that he tells me. Ultimately, it helps you win the game in the end, and that's what it's all about.
Although he was brought into play under Coach Beilein's system, Cam quickly adapted to Coach Huggins' style of play and coaching. Although Huggins jokes with Cam about his athletic ability, he says what makes Cam special is his basketball IQ.
Well, Cam plays hard. Cam plays hard and he knows how to play. He's undersized. He's not very athletic, but he compensates for that by knowing how to play the game. You know, he does some intelligent things for us on the floor. And he gives us a degree of physicality that we really don't have.
Well, I think Coach Huggins counts on me and he depends on me sometimes, and sometimes I don't understand that I don't run and jump so well, and I don't shoot the ball so well, but I think at the end of the day he understands, or that he knows that I understand the offense and what he wants out there on the court, so I try to just be another coach out there on the court in a way, maybe.
Being around for 5 years, Cam has seen some special moments, but none were as meaningful to him as beating Kentucky.
Where I'm from, it's right on the border of Ohio, Kentucky. There's tons of Kentucky basketball fans. So many people love Kentucky. And there's a lot of people that root for me, but in the end, I think down deep they really like Kentucky. They root for me, but they like Kentucky. So to be able to beat them and just to be able to go back home, and, you know, it's not that I had to go brag about it or anything like that, but just to be able to, you know, like we beat Kentucky.
Making the Final Four is something basketball players dream of from the time they can pick up a ball. For Cam, it's something he can always remember he did as a Mountaineer.
You always have those dreams of playing in the Final Four and all that stuff, but to actually do it is really something different. I still don't think it's all hit me yet. I think that's something I'll be able to look back once I've graduated and once I've been out a couple years, you know. What we accomplished was really, really special.
Mountaineer Jammin is brought to you by United Bank, West Virginia's bank. We're united with the Mountaineers. By Coca-Cola Zero, real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. By the West Virginia Lottery, when you play, West Virginia wins. By U.S. Cellular, the Belief Project from U.S. Cellular, fixing wireless one project at a time.
It's 2010. What happened to cloning ourselves? I mean, if we at Coke Zero can copy real Coke taste with 0 calories, why can't you have more use?
Have the foundation that I need. I mean, they had the bad one that made my skin break out, but I am not buying that.
Oh. We don't know how it would work. But we do know things can be cloned. I'm looking at you, scientists. Da, 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 da.
The excitement that Sunday's win over Purdue generated quickly vanished last Wednesday night in Charleston. As Bill Nevin reports, the Mountaineers came up just short in what would have been one of the biggest comebacks in school history.
Wednesday night in Charleston, the Mountaineers and the Marshall Thundering Herd got together for the annual Capital Classic. The two teams traded 3-pointers, then WVU answered, a 5-0 Marshall run.
We'll dribble it back up the sideline, bounce it, low block. Here's KJ backing in. Jump hook shot on the rim. It's good. Kevin Jones has his first 2. Backdoor cut. Here's Missoula down the baseline in the crowd. Gets to Flowers. Layup shot good. Great dish from Joe.
And Dennis Kalichla would not be stopped inside.
Jones misses. Kalichla follows.
He fires the ball in the paint. Here's Kalichla. Turnaround jump hook in the lane. It's good with the left hand. Right of the lane. Here's Kalichla. Puts it on the floor. Takes the ball in. Hook shot up and around, and it is in. And how do you like the Istanbul early?
Kalichla drives to the basket. And that's 8 points in a row for Dennis Kalichla.
However, that would be the last West Virginia field goal for quite a while. For almost 12 long, agonizing minutes, including the rest of the first half and the beginning of the second, WVU only managed 3 free throws, while Marshall went from 5 points down to 23 points up. Casey Mitchell finally broke through, and the Mountaineers had 17 minutes left to get back into the game.
3 from deep in the corner. Mitchell with his second 3-pointer. Flowers will try a 3. Got it.
Casey dribbles over to his right behind the screen, shoots a 3 on the rim. No, rebound, Kevin Jones. Jones puts it up and scores. Here's Missoula, gets a return pass on the inbound. He's fouled, shoots, and scores. Forces up a 3-ball no off the rim. Rebound underneath Flowers, puts it up and in. Flowers with a follow-up. Casey back over to Flowers, right corner. He'll try the 3, good. Down 8, here's Truck, left corner. Kevin Jones, a 3 in the air, good. Missoula gives the ball to Casey Mitchell, runs up a 3, good, with 55 seconds to go.
But in the end, the deficit was just too much to overcome, and Marshall escaped with the 4-point win.
Our United Bank star of the week is senior John Flowers. John led the team in scoring this week, but he earned our praise with his hustle and his rebounding, along with a few clutch baskets. Flowers also nailed all 4 of his 3-pointers. He's become the most complete player on the team. Hey, when we return, we'll present our top 5 plays of the week. Stay tuned.
U.S. Cellular, we noticed some wireless companies make you sign contract after contract to upgrade your phone. Switch to U.S. Cellular, where we believe you should get the same great deals on the latest phones without having to keep signing contracts. U.S. Cellular, with the Belief Project.
We welcome you back to Mountaineer Jammin. The 9th-ranked WVU women's basketball team continues to roll. Coach Mike Carey's squad is positioned to have the greatest season in school history after finishing a perfect 14-0 against non-conference opponents. This week, they put together 2 more impressive wins.
Last Saturday, forward Medina Ali put on a show for the home crowd.
3-on-2 over to Ali, off the glass, shot is good, and the foul. Ali gets her hands in there. Good job by Medina Ali, up off the glass, the shot, and the foul. From the corner, Medina Ali for 3. Are you kidding me?
The senior from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, recorded her 7th double-double of the season with a career-high 32 points and 10 rebounds in a 70-61 win over 25th-rated Syracuse. It was West Virginia's 29th straight win at home. On Wednesday, the 9th-rated Mountaineers took their defense to a whole new level, a record-setting level against Marshall, as the Thundering Herd was held to 5 total field goals on the night in a 78-21 win at the Charleston Civic Center.
Well, that's now Dunning with the steal on the other end. Dunning overplayed, picked up the lazy pass, gets it down to Ali, back-to-back baskets by Medina Ali into Dunning. And there's Dunning off the glass.
Sophomore Ayanna Dunning led all scorers with a career-best 16 points, while freshman Taylor Palmer added 14. West Virginia is now 18-1 on the season. They'll host South Florida at the Coliseum Saturday at 4.
One of the keys to the success of the women's basketball team is experience and depth. MSN's Travis Jones joins us now with the story of Korinne Campbell, who has helped lead the Mountaineers to their highest ranking in school history.
As one of 5 seniors, Korinne Campbell is making an impact on Mike Carey's squad. One of 4 sisters from an athletic family, this Princeton, New Jersey native was determined to establish her own identity.
Well, when going to school behind 3 of your sisters, it's kind of hard to not be called the little sister. And when I was looking at colleges, definitely going farther was something on my mind.
With her sister Michelle playing at Rutgers, Korinne knew where she didn't want to play.
I didn't want to play in the Big East when I was coming out of high school because Michelle played in the Big East. But in the end, you know, I ended up in the Big East and I like it a lot better.
Korinne initially chose the University of Minnesota, but after 2 years there, felt it was time for a change. The first call she got was from Coach Mike Carey.
After that, I told my parents, I was like, I definitely want to take a visit to West Virginia. It wasn't really about the campus. I really just wanted to meet the head coach and just see how everything would flow. And I knew right off the bat that this was where I wanted to go.
Her tenacity and aggressive play isn't lost on her teammates.
Being from New Jersey, I guess we have a little bit in common, you know. So sometimes I go to her, and as she's a senior, you know, so she has that leadership automatically, and I just look to her for advice. And on the court, it's fun to play with her because, you know, she's that type of scorer. You could just pass it to her, and she'll make those jump shots. So.
One of the advantages of playing closer to home is that her parents are a constant presence at every game.
I love having my parents there. Some people would think that, you know, wouldn't you get annoyed of seeing your parents all the time? And yeah, sometimes I do get mad after the game and I don't want to talk to them, but I know that they care, and them coming to the game is just great. I think every day that we step on that court, that, as Coach says, we have to earn our scholarship, and we're not just gonna float through our 4 years here.
Gatorade Product Analysis O2 Perform. It initiates rehydration and sustains performance so you can finish strong. The original Gatorade, part of the G Series.
We welcome you back to Mountaineer Jammin'. Archie, Spider-Man, Coach Mike Carey. What do they have in common? Let's find out. When you come to a women's game at the Coliseum, not only do you get to see a basketball team that's ranked #9 in the nation, you also receive a comic book starring none other than Coach Mike Carey.
The comic book concept came out of conversations and plans we had in place to make a proposal to the NCAA for a grant that they reward each year for women's basketball.
WVU is one of 12 schools to receive a grant as part of an NCAA program to increase awareness, exposure, and attendance.
We're always looking for ways to increase attendance at the basketball game. So, you know, we did that, and our marketing people did a great job, put that forward, and we were approved for that grant. So it worked out great for us.
We worked with a group called Starbridge Media to put together the framework of that proposal, which was a comic book that was women's basketball themed, but also had an educational element that we could take into the area schools to tie in both the educational element plus women's basketball and start to build the relationship at an early age between kids in the state and the WVU women's basketball program.
An additional benefit for the comic book is that it has a free ticket for a special upcoming women's basketball game.
We really want to blow it out on January 22nd with every kid who has that comic book, redeem that coupon, come to the game, and really make that the WVU Green Action Day at women's basketball.
It's showtime. Here's the best of the best, the top 5 plays of the week. Coming in at number 5, great ball movement as Dennis Kalichla, Joe Mazzulla, and John Flowers combined for a pretty hoop. At number 4, there are blocks, and then there are swats. This would fall into the SWAT category. Nice play by Kalichla. Number 3 this week, a huge 3 from John Flowers. This bomb against the Boilermakers extends the Mountaineer lead to 6 points with just over 4 minutes to go. Flowers finished with 15. At number 2, John Flowers again. Joe Mazzulla pokes the ball free, and Flowers finishes with another key hoop. And our number 1 play of the week, less than a minute to go against Purdue. Shot clock down to 2. Joe Mazzulla goes with his offhand and scores a monumental layup to help West Virginia close the door. The Mountaineers will try to return to their winning ways tomorrow afternoon inside the Coliseum. The Bulls of South Florida will visit. Coach Stan Heath's squad has some big size. Center Augustus Gilchrist is their go-to man in the paint. The Bulls have shown they can play with anyone in the league. They went on the road recently and took UConn to overtime. It's an important date for the Mountaineers, who will then go on the road to play at Louisville and Cincinnati next week. Hey, we're out of time for this week. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again next week right here on Mountaineer Jammin'.
This is MSN, the Mountaineer Sports Network.